It's Lady Loaf, Load, and Lil Doop. And, of course, LL Smooth. And we're getting on the podcast. This is a smooth body.
Hello, lovers, fighters, and LLSmoothBody fans. It's your boy, LL to the smooth to the BODY. And we are back after a week in which you guys got to listen to me and Lil Doop just talk. Lil Doop, say what up to the peeps.
What's going on, everyone?
Now, we have an all-time guest. Somebody whose essence couldn't be described by words. It would have to be a poem or a parable. Here's Lady Load. Lady Load, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lady Load.
So I know what you guys are thinking. It's about time you guys had a woman on the podcast. That's not because, we're, sexist or anything. It's because we don't know a lot of women, to be fair to us. Limited options. But we got Lady Load on, and I pitched her this segment, which is basically I'm going to give her my take on some celebrity news that's going on, which you boys out there actually want to talk about, but you don't want to say that you want to talk about it because you're a little insecure, and that's okay. We make everyone feel comfortable, and then Kara's going to be like, "Nah, that take sucks."
You mean Lady Load?
Lady Load, we'll edit that out. Okay. No worries there. Lady Load, double L. All right, here's my first take.
Yo, wait. Before we start, look at this 1.25 liters of Mexican squirt that I got, bro.
Shut
look
up.
At that.
Squirt.
It's fucking... Okay.
That's all right. Amazing. All right. Take number one. Coming at you hard. So like that, the Kardashians have that new show on Hulu, right? Aren't we kind of over them by now? Like, we get the whole thing. Like, Khloe kind of gets cheated on. Sorry, that sucks. Kim's, like, kind of the worst, but, like, is she smarter than we think she is? I'm over it. And then who's the other girl? The one who's dating the guy who's all tattooed up.
Oh.
She is kind of pretty.
Okay.
No idea.
Khloe. The other
Courtney.
one, Courtney. Anyway, like, can we get a new show? Maybe it's the D'Amelio show. I don't know, but like, let's keep it moving. Thoughts?
I feel you. I feel like they're kind of timeless.
Timeless.
Everyone loves their problems. They might get a little annoying, but it's like a monopoly. They have control over everything.
So I understand that, but what I don't get is how people have not gotten like so sick of them. Like, they act like they're sick of them, but they're still rocking with them. And it's like, let's get over this. Let's move on as a culture. But maybe that's just me. But again, like, different perspective. Maybe that's timeless for you. Maybe you're just like, man, I love seeing people cry on television, which is fine. I'm not upset about it. Lil Doop, weigh in.
You love the D'Amelio show, bro.
Dude, I'm just... no, I think, like, I actually haven't seen an episode, but, like, they're interesting subjects, but I don't think they'll do the whole, like, we're going to exaggerate shit. Like, we're going to just cry for crying's sake, which you kind of got to do, because it's just about, like, what's the most drama you can have on an episode, and then selling it to people. America's great. We're the fakest country in the world, and yet we're the realest. Bang. Think about it. Get back to me.
Yeah, write that down, bro.
Thank you. All right, take number 2. Addison Rae's parents are what is wrong with society and the world. Let me lay this out for you. Imagine you become successful in a certain field, right? And then, your mom and dad, they're proud of you. So they help you out with a few things. And then it turns out your mom and dad are like, no, we're going to come in your field based off your name. The person we made, we're going to come in your field. We're going to try to do what you do. And then we're going to get divorced and drag our whole family's name through the mud. And I'm going to take shirtless pics of me flexing.
Wait.
I'm not me. I'm saying in this scenario. Or the dad's going to take shirtless pics of him flexing, and the mom's going to go date, like, I don't know, a rapper. Let's say Young Gravy. Like, how does that how does that psychologically make sense? Like, how could you do that to your own kid? That's what I don't understand. That's why I think it's such an interesting thing, because it's like, dog, your parents. Isn't that supposed to be, like, the greatest gift in the world? Respectfully. All right. Lady Load, hit me with your take.
My take is I agree with you. I think Addison Rae's parents took advantage of her fame and they want their dollar from it. And yeah, that's all.
It is the single most capitalistic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's like, I'm going to fuck over my kid
Right.
so I can get clout and so I can get money. Like, it's the same fucking thing. Have some respect for yourself.
When did they get divorced?
Like, literally like a month ago or 2 months ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, they're getting divorced. That's fine, I guess. That happens. That's totally cool. And then it was like, no, we're going to make everything so much worse for the person we're supposed to take care of.
Well, I saw some of the stuff with, like, Addison's mom and Young Gravy, but, like, I thought it was just a joke. Like, I didn't know that was like a oh, wait, yeah, you're eligible for the draft now. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I literally think, like, it still could be a joke. That's the thing. Like, it's just one of those things, like, but we're talking about it. Like, people been talking about it. It's one of those things I see on social media all the time. So it's like, they're doing the worst possible thing. And yet people like me, which I'm being the problem right now, are going to go on their little shows or they're going to go on, Instagram and talk about it. Because guess what? It's like a human interest story. We love to see famous people with problems. It's a weird thing about our culture.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely weird because they're, like, monetizing their problems. And it's just kind of like, bro.
It's like,
I don't know.
get
It's just
over
uncomfortable.
All right, third take coming at Lady Load. This one you're going to get down with. I'm just going to pose you a question right here. If I told you 6 months ago, I go, that Adam Levine guy definitely is just sleeping around on Instagram models, things like that, would you be surprised?
One, yes, because
Ooh.
I wouldn't think 6 months ago that he'd be relevant today. Second,
Bars.
I didn't know he had a wife, so that plays into a lot of things.
So you'd probably be like, yeah.
Third, when I saw that, trend going around of them, or like people putting pictures in that DM, I kind of thought it was just like trying to make someone that wasn't relevant again.
Ooh.
I didn't know he actually said that, so that's my take. It's kind of
Those were
shocked.
bars.
Yo. No, that is like way better than anything I would have said. So basically you're saying, talk to me, Lil Doop.
What was the Adam Levine thing that happened?
Oh, shit. All right. Let me lay it out for you. So some IG models basically like, yeah, me and Adam Levine had a year-long affair, and then afterwards he asked if he could name his daughter after her, which is like scum of the earth. Like, literally, like...
Wait, his daughter with his wife?
His wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, dead serious. Let me name her, like, Sumner. Which, like, could it be a better name than Sumner? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I think we can do a little bit better than Sumner.
If you're going to cheat on your pregnant wife with a girl and name the child after, please don't let it be Sumner. We need a better name than Sumner.
Dude, that's such a bad look for the kid, too. Like, that dude doesn't stand a chance.
No, I don't think they ended up naming it Sumner, or it's not even out yet.
Well, I would hope not.
Can you imagine? That kid would be screwed. Anyway, so then a bunch of people came out and were like, yeah, he like has a bunch of creepy texts with me. But Kara's point of this could be just like an inside job, self-promotion, get his name back, and then he's going to drop an album. He's going to be like, I'm so sorry for fucking around. And everyone's going to be like, dude, it's kind of a banger. Throw it on Hits 1. And we're going to consume it. Because that's a modern consumerist notion.
You're so
No bars for that.
I mean,
Thank you.
LLSmoothBody, you're so right. I think.
It's all right. We're just giving Lil Doop a little bit more to do.
Yeah, whatever.
Gen Z is a very interesting culture that we have. We like dwell on one funny thing for a very short period of time and then make people relevant. It's a weird thing.
I totally agree. Let's dive in on that for a second.
Sure.
Yeah.
As Gen Zers, what do you guys think about Gen Z? Oh my God, what a question. Sorry.
Love and hate it, I guess.
I think Gen Z sucks.
Bars.
I'm not necessarily saying that like millennials are better, but like I'd rather be a millennial. I don't want to be iGen, bro. Like I don't want to be an iPad kid. Like need to have fucking YouTube up every time I'm eating, which I do that a lot. But
all the time.
Still, like I don't know, just all these dudes hitting Fortnite dances in the middle of class. Like, can we just relax for 15 minutes? Just take a breath of fresh air for one time. I don't know. It's just kind of whack. And I think the kids. The thing is, we're in a weird spot because we're all like 2001, 02, and I don't know what Gen Z is. Gen Z considered people still being born today?
No, I think
What?
that's
Is Gen Z?
That might be Gen Y. I can do the research. Keep talking.
My question was Gen Z, like, are people being born right now considered Gen Z?
I don't think so.
When does Gen Z stop? Like, what's the cutoff? 2006?
Gen Z was cities 1997 to 2012. Is Gen Z.
It's weird because we're getting roped in with end of the century and then start of a new, and you know we're post Y2K babies. I don't know. It's just totally weird. If you want to get into the Internet of Things, I don't know. It's just I think it's whack, and I think a lot of they're kids born in 2012 are 10 years old this year. I'm 20. Like that's a 10-year age difference. It's not the same. Like I mean, like baby boomers were all lumped in together because the times weren't that different from the start of the baby boom to the end. But now it's just like a completely different time from 97 to 2022. It's 25 years.
So I guess my only pushback would be like, if I look at the way my sister looks at the world and I look at the world, that there are definitely some similarities where we could be grouped together. But I understand what you're saying because it is like you look at you and Scunch, there's definitely differences there. Because like I know Shay is way more into like social media and things like that, and so like the younger or the closer they were born to 2012, they're gonna be more interested in things like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's all bad. I mean, some of it is just kind of whack. Like we said, like monetizing like your problems and like just taking advantage of them and like exploiting that is just, I don't know. I think it's kind of whack.
So can I pitch you guys a little comparison? Here we go. The late 1970s and the early 1980s are known as the cocaine era, right? And I think this era, like the cocaine era, has a lot to do with overstimulation, but it's overstimulation with technology. And I'm talking to no one here. So I'm going to go off of my soapbox.
You were so right, LL Smooth.
I'm going to fall out of my chair.
How did you figure that out?
Well, I read a basketball book about, or like it mentioned the cocaine era. And me and my uncle talk about the evils of technology all the time because we're kind of like old people in the way we think. So like he's always like the overstimulation does stuff to your mental health, which I actually think is a real thing. And I'm not saying cocaine and social media are the same thing at all, but I'm saying that there are definitely detriments that, like cocaine back in the late 70s and 80s, there are detriments we don't quite understand fully that in the decades to come we will.
Agreed.
Lil Doop. Thank you.
Can I give you
Well,
my 2 cents?
Please do. Like, give me your 4 cents if you want
Okay. I think a phone and notifications are a stimulant. Whenever you get a notification on your phone, there's a I don't know what the exact scientific term is, but something in your brain lights up that you are like gonna pick up your phone and look at it. And isn't that like the same thing as when you're on cocaine? You're like stimulated and you pick up, drugs.
You mean like a serotonin rush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lil Doop, you're so smart.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not obviously not the same as being on fucking crack cocaine, but
I wouldn't know, but I was just you get the essence of the point.
Yeah,
I feel
they're
like.
both addictive.
Yeah. I think I want to kind of jump back on the one point that I heard earlier and say that like about what's it called? Gen Z. I think that like part of the reason that a lot of people used to have those labels for other people, like baby boomers, millennials, that sort of thing, is because people were a lot more similar then. But
Ooh.
I think it's kind of weird now to like lump us all together because we were born within the same 15-year span. So I think that like that kind of terminology should fizzle out because now there's more opportunities to continue to be more and more different than everyone else that's around, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
So you guys, based on Lil Doop's point, would you guys consider yourself a Gen Zer? Would you be like, oh yeah, I'm a Gen Zer? Because by the technical definition you are, but I guess to Lil Doop's point, maybe you guys don't want to be seen as a Gen Zer.
Yeah, I don't want to be seen as a Gen Zer. I think Gen Z, they're very like technologically advanced, and I'm not. I don't know how to work a computer. I mean, I do, but I'm not good at it. I'm not.
Same.
I hate trying to connect things to the internet and figure out my Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So I'm not in that definition a Gen Zer, but I guess in other areas I could be.
Interesting. Well, Doop, so you're not a Gen Zer in your mind.
I think pushing back and saying that I'm not a Gen Zer makes me more of a Gen Zer. If that makes any sense. Like,
yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So,
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not happy about it, but whatever.
You ultimately become the thing you resent the most. No, I'm kidding. But my English teacher said that once, and I was like, dude, you need to get out of the house or something. so dark. All right. Moving on to the next celebrity scandal. Here we go. I actually don't know if either of you guys know about this, so we're gonna go a little Actually, this isn't time for basketball. I was gonna say the Celtics coach did get caught having a consensual affair with somebody within the organization, and got suspended for a year, and probably will end up getting terminated.
You mean like two front office people?
No, he's like the head coach and then somebody who worked in the building. Not sure who. So, on that note, what do you guys think about office romances based on Ime Udoka's affair? He did have a family, so obviously not super cool to do. But give me your takes. Are you guys like, it's risky, you don't poop where you eat? Or like even if you met somebody in a class, if you were single, would you be like, oh, this is fine? Or it's like, nah, because if it ends badly, still got to sit next to them or in their group. Give me your takes.
You want to go first?
No, you can't. I'm still trying to think of an answer.
Well, if George Costanza taught me anything, you do not sleep with the lady that cleans your office. I think office romances are kind of interesting. It's one thing if you go into it and you're both married already. It's another thing, kind of different, I guess, if you go into it with the plan to get married. And it's another thing if you do a Pam Beesly, Jim Halpert You know what I mean? So it's just a messy situation, I guess. I wouldn't say like, nah, don't do it, but like, if you think it's worth, I don't want to say jeopardizing your career, but if you think it's worth, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like, if it's worth putting that in front of your career, then kudos to you, go for it. But if it's just like you're trying to hump and dump, respectfully, then we should probably like back off and not do that.
Yeah, maybe don't screw over the 2023 Celtics.
Yeah.
That's all right, Lady Load, hit us. If you saw Mr. Load and you were like, man, what a good-looking young guy, and you guys work together, would you be like, I'm risking it for the biscuit, or are you shisking it for this Trisket?
In the workplace?
In the workplace.
Oh, no. I mean, he's obviously going to listen to this. I'm not going to say I would do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put myself in that guy's shoes. It's really messed up that he did that. You know, when there's like a thing called groupthink, whenever you're put together with a bunch of people and you kind of all have like the same opinions on things. And maybe that was a case of groupthink. I don't know. I don't know the full situation.
But you just hit us with groupthink.
No,
really
I see where
she's.
Yeah, that was fire.
And so, like, especially in the NBA, where it's like very close-knit culture, especially among front office and coach people, like, I can see where you're going with that, where it's like these people think similarly, they act similarly, and then they assimilate, right? So, like, back to the groupthink thing, like, maybe, you know, it's just like something, obviously, you know, that very terrible thing to do, but maybe that's kind of part of what led to it, and also an interesting part in office romances.
Yeah.
So put it that way. I haven't worked in an office, so I mean, I'm sure. Oh, I have. I've worked in one office for a summer, but I wouldn't be an expert on it. But I do think, I don't know, as you get into your early 20s, I do think people meet in the workplace. I feel like that's fair to say.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all your time there.
And then the groupthink comes, and it's just like, what's going on?
Exactly.
All right, so that's for celebrity scandals. So we're gonna transition here into something else. We're just gonna probably just, you know, get the audience to know Lady Load a little bit better. Lady Load, what do you want to be when you grow up?
That's such a loaded question.
Load, I see what you did there.
Yeah. I want to be happy in my job, so I'm not really aiming for a certain career.
That's the only goal that actually matters. When people ask me, like, I've been asked in those settings, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's like, hopefully happy. It's kind of all that really, everything else falls into place, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's all about that mental state. Lady Load, what's your major right now?
I just switched to marketing.
Let's go.
Oh, wow. So are you going to sell the next iPod? But instead of an iPod, it's a rat trap, but it looks like an iPod. Tell me you couldn't sell that.
Oh, I so could if there was a market for it.
The market would be goofballs in their late teens, early 20s that want to prank their friends and hate technology. I would buy it right off the bat.
Yeah,
Duke,
I was
what
just
about
gonna
you?
say I could sell it to you and your whole group.
I'd buy 100 of them. I'd literally buy 1,000 of them.
Yeah, Yankee Swap would get ruined for us.
No, because like whoever got that gift would start crying because their fingers in a rat trap.
Oh, that'd be good stuff.
That would be really good stuff. All right, Lady Load. What is your advice for first-year college students? Obviously, you've been through that. My sister's going through it now. And I just think that's a huge transition, and I think we'd love to get your perspective on it.
great. I'd love to share.
Just like generally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My biggest advice is, well, it's just a saying, comparison is a thief of joy. I think when I was...
Hold on. We need like a sound effect right there. Like repeat that one more time and let's get like an explosion. Lil Doop, can we do that or do we not have the budget?
Yeah, I'll just bite myself going boom.
Okay, all right. Repeat that line one more time.
Comparison is a thief of joy.
Boom.
All right, continue. I'm sorry. That was awesome.
Freshman year, I think I put a lot of unnecessary stress and pressure on myself. This could go back to the technology point. Seeing everyone posting on Instagram, their new friends, their, what their college had to offer, all their new opportunities, and I was looking at my experience sitting in my lonely dorm room with nothing to do and regretting my decisions to come here. Coming here as the school that I currently attend. So, yeah, my biggest advice is don't believe everything you see on social media. There's people out there that look like they're living the life that are probably not. They're probably struggling too. And just kind of live your life. Don't let others influence what you think is best for you.
Yeah, that was bars.
That was so
That
bars.
was so bars.
Like, I don't think Puff Daddy could have said it better himself,
No.
honest to God.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And I definitely agree, too.
Same. Lil Doop, go off, because I got stuff to add on, but I don't even know if I should, because it'd be like taking a Mona Lisa and drawing a little smiley face on it. Sure, we like smiley faces, but it's a Mona Lisa.
I do want to say that I saw your dorm room on Instagram. Bro, you had the coolest mini fridge and microwave setup ever. It's like this retro, like, teal. We want to call it teal?
Mm-hmm.
So sick. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know how. I think you kind of hit it perfectly. Like, you don't have to be the person that you see online. You can be your own person, and there's a lot of other people that might not want to do the same things that they're seeing on the internet. You know what I mean? So maybe there's someone that doesn't want to go out and get shit-faced drunk every Friday. Or maybe there's someone who also hasn't found someone that they can talk to in comfort and make friends. It's hard for everyone. It's especially hard because you're independent for the first time, most likely. But yeah, I think what you said was great. Comparison is what?
The thief of joy.
Thief of joy, bro. I'm finna write that down on like a whiteboard above my bed or some shit. I don't know.
Seriously. Like, tap it every day just as a reminder. Yeah. No, I literally think that could be our first LLSmoothBody merch. Lady Load, quoted. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah, I like, seriously, I just think that is the entire encapsulation of kind of that first year feeling of coming to college. I still feel it now. Like, when certain people go out and I, like, am chilling because I need to, like, even tonight, I'll feel pressures to, like, go out and drink because that's, like, it would be a fun time, but I have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to prepare a tailgate. Yet I get the FOMO still that, like, I need to go be doing this. Or even, like, if I have nothing to do and other people are doing stuff, I get that FOMO. But most of the time, I would rather just chill in my bed, play some 2K, maybe take Kits out on a date. So it's kind of like, why put those standards on yourself just because others are doing things? The only person in your life you can control is yourself. So do what is best for you 100 times out of 100. So nail, head, literally comparison's the thief of joy. We will get that merch made up very soon.
Yeah, that's so hard.
So kind of going off, I like that we're getting, this different side of Lady Lowe's. So I'm gonna keep, if it's okay, I'm gonna keep maybe asking a couple, not super deep, but personal questions.
Sure.
Do you have a role model in your life? And if you want to name who, you can, and then why are they your role model?
Yeah, I would love to share. I I know everyone says that their parents are their biggest role models, and that's kind of cliche, but I think my parents are role models in a different way. It's kind of a very not sad, but sad, happy moment. My dad was moving me into college, and not college, he was moving me into my first apartment, earlier this semester, and he was coming over, like, fixing a bunch of stuff up, and then, there's nothing else to fix, so he was saying bye, and he gave me a hug, and he started to cry, and he said that I had way more than he ever had, and it kind of, like, hit me a little that he basically started a life for me from, like, nothing, because he didn't go to college. My mom didn't graduate college, so it was, like, a very sentimental moment.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I mean, talk about, like, a all-time reflecting point on your own life. That is lovely to hear. That's lovely that you have that relationship. I don't know. I think that's actually one of the coolest things ever. And honestly, at least for me, when dads cry, it is like a weirdly, like, humbling experience.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can count on one hand the time. Actually, my dad's a crier. I take that back, but only when he's watching movies. It's like, did anybody see that Eurovision movie with Will Ferrell?
No.
Okay, so, like, literally, like, Pops, you're gonna hear this, like, love you to death. It was a very silly, like, stupid movie. And then we got to the end, and the big man chilling in the basement with him, he just started tearing up. And I literally, like, I was, like, equally proud and just, like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, just because it's, like, these are these people that in your mind are superheroes, and they're kind of just human beings. When you get down to it, just like you, just like me. So yeah, I'm a big love seeing dads cry.
Yeah.
Lil Doop, anything to add?
Well, I think it's great that you can take that in stride and appreciate it for what it is, and not just be like, oh, my dad cried today. And, like, actually appreciate what went into, the opportunities that you've been given and that sort of thing. So I think that's really great.
Yeah, it was a very pivotal moment. I've only seen my dad cry, like, twice in his life, so it was an important moment for him.
So I'm just going to let the audience know this podcast for me has shifted in the best way possible, because I thought this would be a very, like, what we normally do, goofy, silly podcast, but I actually like this a lot better today. I'm feeling it today. I don't want to press anybody, but are you guys comfortable just, like, maybe a couple other questions, maybe, and then we'll get into silly stuff because we need to. I might ask one more, and then Doop's got some, like, let's not get too deep.
We're approaching the 35-minute mark, so take that for
as I will.
As you will, yeah.
Well, I mean, Lady Load.
We got time.
Lady Load can go as long as she wants. It's basically her podcast. We're just on it. She literally said, "Comparison's the thief of joy." Like, I might never get over that.
Yeah, I might go in the quote book for 2022.
I might be, like, getting ready for bed and just, like, look out my window and just, like, nod to myself and just utter the words, "Comparison is the thief of joy." I'm excited. That's just that does have to go in the Lil Doop quote book. If you guys don't know this, at our famous Yankee Swap, Lil Doop has all the quotes he hears from the year that he has to write down, like, in our group. But I feel like that's definitely an exception.
Yeah, I made one exception earlier, and I threw a quote by Scunge in there. Just because it was fucking hilarious, and my delivery is gonna be terrible when I say it, but this one's definitely gonna go in there. So congratulations, you're officially part of our Yankee Swap.
Yay!
Been a long time coming. No, can I? All right. Well, let's see if I can pull one more out for Lady Load here. Let me get a little stretch in. Let me think about it. Sorry, I've had to ask all these questions because it's, like, rush week, and you have to ask very professional questions, but most of the time they give you, like, oh, I just want to be a doctor, and I'm like, all right. let's see here.
I got an interview question that I can throw in there.
Please shoot, because I'm brain dead here. I'm on life support. Please help me out.
So I applied to a couple internships for the summer 2023.
Bars.
And one of the websites had like interview material kind of, so like stuff you should be well versed on and be able to talk about yourself in specific realms of the business. And one of them was opportunities that you think that can add value to a firm. But I'm going to try and spin that question and say, is there anything that you think you can do that adds value, not just to a firm, but just adds value to, I don't know, relationships or like your family, the work that you're doing at school, work in general, stuff like that. So is there anything that you think that you are well versed enough in that you are able to add value to society or the world in general?
Okay. That's a little tough question,
Yeah,
but
sorry.
no, that's
Wait,
okay.
Is anybody else's palm sweating, or is it just me? Jeez.
Sorry.
He hit me hard with that one. Made me think a little bit. I think I'm really well versed in relationships. Me and what's his name, Load. Sorry, I was gonna say Loaf, but then Load have been together for 5 years. I'm still friends with my best friend since 3rd grade. Me and my friends are solid group of friends. Like, we're very stable. And I think I pride myself in my relationships. I don't go through friends fast at all. I'm cautious meeting new people and allowing them into my circle. So I think that's my answer.
What would you say would be like a strong suit in that realm of relationships, if that makes any sense?
Yeah.
Like what specifically, or is there anything specific that like makes it that important?
If
like the process involved.
If I could maybe throw out a word, see if it's like, I'm like throwing out a cast and see if you like eat it like I'm fishing. I'm just gonna throw it out what I think it could be. Okay. I would say this sounds a lot like me. Probably one of the most important virtues in the world. Sounds a lot like loyalty. You don't go through friends fast. You have trouble like meeting new people. It's all about the people that you've been with since day one. The important thing about relationships is also taking people as they are. As a loyal person, not switching up. You're taking people for their faults. That's what it sounds like to me. What do you think?
I agree. And I see it with you guys too. You guys have all been friends since elementary school, yeah. So you can kind of relate on this too.
Yeah.
No, that's actually low-key the whole ethos on basically this podcast was when I asked Lil Doop to be the EP, I always tell the story of there was a buddy of mine in the car with us, and Lil Doop called me, and he made like a couple jokes, and the kid's name's Danny Rogers, and he thought they were the funniest things ever, and he was like, yo, like, how did you guys get like so funny? And that, like, honest to God, made my day. And then I looked at him, I was like, we didn't really hang out with girls in high school. We kind of just did this every day or every weekend, every Friday and Saturday. It was like, what do you eat? How do you eat your mac and cheese? Or like just weird, like stupid stuff that's like on the precipice of being real, but it's not like something you have to think very heavily about. Anyway, that's kind of off the point, but that leads back to we wanted to hang out with each other. That's like, There is not, 5 or how many is in our group, people I'd rather hang out with than those dudes on like any given day. So I definitely think that's a great quality.
Yeah.
100.
100 piece. No fries. Oh, I got a question, and then we'll go into the funny questions. It's kind of like you can take it as deep or shallow as you want to take it. If you were an item on a fast food menu, what would you be? And based off the characteristics of the item, why would you be that? Take your time. I can give an example.
Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yes,
Lil Doop, you got it? Crunchwrap Supreme? Is that what you're rocking with?
No. I don't know.
All right, here would be my take. I'd call myself a Big Mac. First of all, because I got that warm outside with the bread, right? Comes out hot. First of all, I'm a classic, right? I'm just a classic dude, all right? I got the little butt chin. I'm old school. I like beer, so I think like the Big Mac, I'm a classic. I think I have a lot to offer, like the Big Mac, because the Big Mac's got 2 patties. So like just like me, I got a lot to offer there. So I go with the 2 patties, and then when you really get down to it, what makes the Big Mac great is the special sauce. And for me, that's my heart. I think that's what makes me great as a human being. I think I got a good heart. That would be my pitch of what fast food menu item I would be.
You've definitely thought about this before.
What the fuck?
I actually, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That was the first time I ever asked that question. Or thought about it respectfully. I just thought I'd say some things and try to get back to, I don't know. I kind of blacked out there for a little bit, so.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a good response to your own question.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that. I was gonna say a French fry because they're like good and greasy.
I'm gonna say like a French fry because I like the taste.
But they're a bit salty too. You see, you could go a lot of angles.
Yeah, I guess.
Trying to think of a metaphor here.
I got nothing.
Crunchwrap Supreme, MJ. I could do it for you right now.
Nah,
You ready?
I don't want Crunchwrap Supreme. Give me like the 2 for $5 spicy nugs or like a 4 for $4, bruh.
All right, I'll give you the spicy nugs. All right, this is how you're a spicy nug. All right, first of all, the best thing about a spicy nug at Wendy's is the bang for your buck, right? Because every opportunity talking with you is a golden opportunity. You never want to waste that. You're getting so much for the time that you have. The second thing is with the spicy nugs is they got that little bit of like, oh, spicy nugs got a little bit of game. Like they play with the taste buds, just like you got a little bit of game. You're outside, you're doing your thing, right? But the most important thing about the spicy nugs is when you get them in a little bit of ranch, which is like my comparison of you with other people, meaning like when you bring you and other people together, something magical happens. That would be the spicy nugs.
What did you take before we started recording, bro?
I don't know.
That was good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's all love.
You're on something. I love it.
So I think we're good on that one. I think it's silly question time. I think I am exhausted for talking about fast food comparisons to yourself.
Silly questions. Okay, the first one. Do you sleep under the covers or on top with a blanket?
Under the covers? Who doesn't? Like, unless your room is extremely hot.
This guy doesn't sleep under the covers.
Who? You?
Yeah, this
Lil
guy.
Doop.
Why?
I haven't done it in like years. I actually did it the other day and it was so unnatural.
He hated it.
I did.
He has a blanket though. Include that you have a blanket. You just sleep over the covers.
Sleep on top of my comforter with a nice king size blanket.
Okay.
Which is just psychopathic behavior because you're basically just like, I want to lay on a blanket so I can put a blanket on top of me.
Yeah, whatever.
Wow. So your comforter is just for looks, just to make your bed look made?
I guess.
Right.
I don't know. I've never used it.
It's back to the comparison thing. It's just for the likes. It's just for the gram, dude. Just
Yeah, because you know me, I always be sending out pictures on Instagram in my dorm room.
just chilling in my bed. Might delete. Who knows? Yeah, I got you.
Later, hashtag unedited. Okay, question number 2. Do you think the Facebook IPO was underpriced or overpriced using a DCF or a market multiple model?
Oh, good Lord. I don't
It's a
know
good
what
answer.
that means.
Okay, so, Lady Load, here's what I want you to do. I want you to say yes or no with a lot of passion and then try to bullshit your way out of the question. All right, here we go. Lil Doop, ask it again.
Do you think the Facebook IPO was underpriced or overpriced using a DCF or market
Absolutely not.
multiple? Really?
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg grinded for Facebook. He deserves it.
You have anything to say about the underwriters?
They can screw off. They have no name.
Hell yeah. All right.
Oh my god.
So you think that they priced it exactly as it should have been?
Right, exactly. He knows his worth.
That was great.
Nice.
That was a great bullshit response. Zuckerberg grinded for that, man.
Next question. Best type of noodle? Like pasta noodle.
Okay. Spaghetti sucks. I'm not gonna say spaghetti.
Whoa.
Wait. Wait.
Every time I
Twist.
twist spaghetti, the sauce flies on everything. My clothes, gets everywhere.
All right, you're clearly not eating spaghetti,
Outside
right?
of my
Yeah.
mouth, it gets everywhere.
You got to get the angle. It's all about the angles. It's like geometry.
You
Takes
using a
too long.
spoon?
No. It just takes too much effort. I'd rather hit like a
Sure.
penne and just like stab it with a fork.
Oh,
So penne is your
Penne?
number one?
I'd say penne.
you're going with penne?
Yeah.
Wait.
Nah, it's
We
a
have
respectable call. It's a
No,
respectable
I'm
call.
sorry. Respectfully, I'm gonna have to disagree. Because my favorite is either angel hair or elbow macaroni. How do you not like angel hair? It's like
Yeah, you're kind of
being
weird for that, I'm not gonna lie.
you don't like angel hair? Shut up. Shut your
It's
beautiful face.
definitely
I'm
not
talking to
my
Mark.
What do you mean? Yeah, I love angel hair.
Oh, thank you.
I
Okay.
disagree with saying penne is number one, but
It's all about how the noodle holds sauce. Just think about that.
yeah, but then you can also do this. So you
But
can say the
there's a
same thing with
hole.
Celentani or like a rigatoni.
Yeah, but also holding sauce. There's a
shells.
big old hole in the middle, so all the sauce when I'm eating penne just comes out of that hole, and I'm like, where'd the sauce go?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
You're just not eating it right.
Yeah.
Jinx, Lil Doop.
You go in with a fork. Like, what do? Like, you can't spin it. God, I love spaghetti. I love angel hair pasta.
Pasta's the best.
Sorry for like I'll stop respectfully.
What are,
But
your,
like,
what are your thoughts on bow tie noodles? Both of you.
I have not had a bow tie since fourth grade.
Fourth grade. Wow, that was pretty specific.
bow ties for
Something
me. Sorry. Bow ties for me are like the Chris Paul of noodles. Like, I really like them. I think they're great, but like they will never win an NBA Finals,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
No, I get it.
That's bow ties for me.
Have you ever noticed when you eat a bow tie noodle, you can only really like, or maybe I just do this, you only stick the fork prongs between the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's where it gets unleveled if you.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I just always thought of that as like an aiming point, because like sometimes like subconsciously with food you have like an aiming point, like you go for the middle of the fry, or well, I guess no one eats fries with a fork, so I'm really talking on my ass, but I understand. I mean, I think that's a cool fact.
Whenever I try or whenever I cook bow tie noodles, I try and like undercook them so the middle part doesn't like get al dente. It's like right before al dente, so it stays together in the middle.
Yeah.
Not to flex or anything, but I'm basically JC in the flesh.
JC.
Anyway. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Anyway.
I mean, that's what J.
That's G's J.
That's G's J. Yeah.
Next
Do you want to
question?
give the back? Can I give the backstory of That's G's J real quick?
Yeah, that all went right over my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
G's
So
J.
that's Lady Lo. Do you want to tell it or you want me to tell it?
Sure, I'll share.
Okay, please do.
That's G's J means that's God's job. So G is just God.
That's
So
G is J.
like someone asks, "Oh, how'd like the interview go?" You say, "That's G's J." Like that's God's job now.
That's God's job.
Yeah.
But
All
in
right.
particularly, it was also a device to kind of make fun of the way SmoothBody talks when I'm like saying things like, "Where's the gweech?" or like, you know how I shorten words sometimes subconsciously.
Preach.
Preach. That's G's, Jay. I feel like you got to make it kind of a question though, and it's not even my thing. So,
That's G's,
Lady
Jay.
Load, that's G's, Jay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
J.
I like that. That's G's J.
Because God's a question. Yeah. All right.
God
Sorry for that.
makes his bow tie pasta a little right
Little
before
al
al
dente.
dente.
Right before all done. I'm telling you, try it the next time you have some farfalle. Actually, fun fact. Farfalle in Italian. Do we know what this means?
No.
butterflies.
Not a clue.
Means what?
Butterflies.
Oh,
Because they look like little butterflies.
that's
Anyway.
delightful.
Cute.
Grazie. The next question. What temperature is your thermostat set at?
At this current moment, it's not on.
Okay. Let me revise the question. What temperature is an ideal temperature?
69.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
I can
that's
work with
respectable.
69. I can do that.
72 hot.
Yeah.
You hit 69, you're like, okay. It's like that when you go to a grocery store and you see something for $9.99. It's not $10, it's $9.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Oh.
Okay.
That,
are you cold
that's a
right
marketing major right there. Sorry.
now? It's 67 degrees in this apartment.
I mean,
and
my
our
hands are a
windows
little
are open.
cold. But
When you sleep, do you prefer to be like a polar bear?
yeah, cold. It needs to
Nice.
be freezing.
Nice. We got another truther on the podcast, LLSmoothBody.
Yeah, I actually think more people are polar bears than I thought. I mean, I know
Yeah, I
some
agree.
non-polar bears, but I'm a polar bear for life. I'm at 62 degrees AC on all night. I want to like freeze myself out, basically.
Yeah, because
Dang.
then you have no incentive to get out of the bed in the morning. You're like, oh, I just want to stay here under my awesome king-size blanket on top of my comforter.
Dude, you're so weird for that. We need to like have an intervention for that one. Like
Wish you
respectfully.
Someone needs to
Like-
burn your king size blanket, and then you'd have no other
No, don't do
choice but
that.
to sleep under your comforter.
It's so comfy.
Your poor mother, she's probably been thinking you've been sleeping under this blanket the whole time and you just roll up and you've been sleeping on top. What is she doing the laundry for? You just
No,
killed
she
5
knows
baby seals.
But she knows that I sleep on top of my comforter.
Well, that's a great mom right there.
I don't think we've
She-
ever had a conversation about it. Maybe the next time I'll see her, I'll be like, yes, I sleep on top of the comforter, by the way. Just like air it out. Next question, red or blue?
Blue,
Green or orange?
green,
White or black?
black,
Okay.
Magenta or turquoise?
turquoise,
Really?
Good call.
Hot pink or light pink?
hot pink.
Nice. Nice. Music to my ears.
The color of the sky or the color of the ocean?
Ooh.
Ooh. Depends on what ocean. And depends on
It's
what
a rainy
sky.
day over the South Pacific. I wouldn't know what that looks
They
like
both
at
would
all.
be kind of a bland color than if it was a cloudy day.
I said a
Sun-
rainy day.
Oh, rainy day. Sorry. If it was rainy day, it's gonna be gray out, and then the ocean's gonna look dark. But if it's a sunny day, the sun would be. I mean, the sky would be blue, and the ocean would be glistening. So, that's a tough one.
So where does that leave us?
Let me rephrase the question.
That's G's, yeah.
That's cheese.
Cloudy Pittsburgh sky,
Oh, gross.
so that color, or
Yeah.
Lake Erie.
I've never been to Lake Erie, but
I
I'm
haven't
sure it's
either,
better.
but I heard it's like.
Wait, Lake Erie, like the water?
Yeah, the water. Sorry.
Yeah.
Call me crazy. I kind of love like that the color in Pittsburgh right before it rains and right after it rains.
Okay.
Personally, call me crazy. I think it's sick.
Respect
Dog.
that.
We need to first off just get you to stop sleeping on top of your covers, and then we can get to this whole rainy day thing.
Oh, whatever. I got 2 more questions for you. You know what one of them is going to be, and I'll save it for last.
Okay.
This one is Mount Rushmore movies.
What do you mean by that?
Give me your top 4 movies.
Oh, okay. Okay, first, Creed 2.
Okay.
Great film.
I think I like that movie a lot.
And you think it deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore movies?
Of mine, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, stick to your guns. Don't let Lil
I'm
Doop play.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Okay,
judging you.
okay.
I want to hear all 4 before I lay any judgment.
2. Ooh, that Spider-Man movie.
Which one?
I have to look at my list real quick. The Spider-Man one that's animated. Post Malone is in it.
Fuck.
He's not in it, but
Into the
he's in it.
Spider-Verse.
Yes!
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love that one.
Oh,
This is
that's
not
actually,
at all what I thought this was going to be.
That's
know.
an awesome call.
This is just my favorites that I enjoy watching. They're not like my favorites that have a deep meaning, you know what I mean?
Got it.
3 would be probably like The Pacifier, Vin Diesel. I love that movie as a kid.
Yo.
So did LLSmoothBody.
That was like, I think my dad tells the story of like he was always driving, but the movies would be in the back. So like he would literally like without seeing any of the characters have the whole pacifier like mapped out in his mind, like with not Vin Diesel in mind. I literally think when the ninjas show up to the house and Vin Diesel kicks their ass. Is like a top 5 movie moment of my childhood. So
Right?
that's a great call. It's insane. That's an
It
incredible
is.
movie. It also taught me a lot about being who you are.
Okay. All right. Do yourself a favor and don't ever watch that movie again, because you'll see it and how like bad of a movie it is now and how bad the acting is, and it'll ruin it for you. So just don't do it.
Okay, I'll keep it like just in my mind
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, just do that.
Vin Diesel doing an Oscar-worthy performance is how I visualized it. So
Yeah, he's something else. I can't find my movie list in my notes, so I'm just gonna go off. My 4th favorite movie would be, oh god, probably, I don't even know. I need to like look on. Oh, here, wait. I'll give you this one. Have you ever seen the movie Rear Window?
I have. It is Alfred Hitchcock's best movie. It is better than Psycho. It is like honestly one of the best films pre-1960. It's an incredible. James Stewart, the beautiful Grace Kelly is in it. Excellent film.
Yeah, really good. Really good movie.
I like this. I like this list.
Yeah,
I'm
it's very
banging with this
interesting.
list.
Those are the only ones that came to my mind. Of course, I've seen really good movies, and they probably deserve to be on the list, but I'm trying to think on the top of my head, and those are what I'm coming up with.
No, I think you came up with a great list, and I appreciate your list because that is not at all what I expected you to say.
What did you expect it to be like?
Well, I didn't know, but if I had to guess, I would have figured something like A Fault in Our Stars would be on there. Respectfully.
All right.
But I do appreciate that you went off, and I definitely didn't expect you to say Creed 2 as your first one.
I really like that movie. It was awesome.
You
I
love
like
Michael
that.
B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
No, Lady
guy
Lily
is-
does. She
like-
loves him.
I would like to have that guy's face. Respectfully.
And Tessa Thompson's really hot.
Yo. Yeah. We bangs with Tessa Thompson on this podcast.
Fuck, I was just going to ask you something.
Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Starbucks.
That's not a bar.
The Dunkin' on campus here is
Is poopy.
cheeks. It's just
cheeks.
It's cheeks.
So is it like they don't put enough sugar, or like their milk is weird, or the coffee is just poop soupy?
The experience. You walk in, there's a million people in there. You
Oh.
know you're gonna be waiting like a good 20 minutes.
I've actually never been in there.
Really?
Yeah.
It's tiny.
Yeah, that place looks like it sucks.
You just know that the people behind the counter don't care about don't care about your coffee. They just, trying to bang out the orders.
Yeah. Not a very personal touch.
We got one last question, and I'll delegate to LLSmoothBody to give the staple question of this podcast for you.
Okay.
Oh, so mac and cheese, do you eat it with a fork or a spoon? And please explain in depth. Like, I want you to write not a 5-paragraph essay, but at least a 3-paragraph essay.
Okay. Sure. Off the bat, fork. Yeah,
Good call.
the overall answer is just a fork. And I will give my explanation why. As a child...
Way to start. Way
It
to
all
get
started
going.
when I was 5 years old.
At Eaton Park, you could only really pick from 3 options. It was mac and cheese, a burger, and some other dookie item. I'd always get the Kraft mac and cheese, and they would serve it with a spoon. It bugged me since day one. The spoon was way too wide. It didn't fit in the mouth comfortably. Plus, the mac and cheese wasn't that soupy that it needed a fork or a spoon. It needed a fork. However, Panera mac and cheese, that deserves a spoon.
Interesting. Because it's almost like a soup.
Yes, because it's soupy. The cheese is a little liquidy. It's not. It's not like a tacky noodle.
And they also have that like broccoli cheddar mac and cheese, and like if you don't eat that with a spoon, you're more of a psychopath than anyone I've ever met in my life.
That's
Because
soup.
it's not, but it's mac and cheese. But
It's
it is
soup.
soup. But so is mac and cheese a soup?
No. It's mac and cheese.
But that's soup. But that's broccoli cheddar mac and cheese. So why is that a soup? These are the things that we need to consider as a society and really talk about.
They really are.
But what's this broccoli mac and cheese new Panera item? I haven't heard
They
of
got
that.
broccoli cheddar mac and cheese. You know, they got brock ched soup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They, like,
broccoli
mix it with their,
cheddar.
mac and cheese.
And they just like toss in some noodles into the soup.
Well, I mean, it's mac and cheese base, I think, with broccoli cheddar. I don't know.
Yeah.
You gotta try it. It's
yeah,
good though.
I'm just gonna go walk over to Panera right after this.
Damn, I'm
I
jelly.
always steal a cup from there. Cause I order on the kiosk. Like, bro, what am I gonna do? Pay for a cup?
Oh,
Come on,
okay, I
I'm just
got
gonna
you.
grab it. The
I
fuck?
got you. Yeah.
Who's stopping me?
If you were 5 years old and your mom saw you do that, she would label you a shoplifter. So I'm going to be your mom in this situation. You're a shoplifter.
You're a delinquent.
People love stealing stuff from Walmart now, too. Like when they go through the self-checkout. Like that's a big college thing I've seen. The only thing I've ever stolen was accidental, and it was a thing of emoji golf balls, and it was the poop face, the smiley face, and the thumbs up. And I still haven't used them because I feel so guilty about it. And I didn't even know I put it in the bag.
You're a good person, Sam.
No. I play one on TV, I promise you. I'm sorry.
Lil Doop, have you ever stolen something other than a Panera cup?
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that I may incriminate myself.
He pleads the fifth.
Yeah.
If you guys were going to pull off a heist on campus, this is a great question. Where would you do it and what would you take? If you're like, you have to get money to feed your family, what would the robbery be? Obviously, you probably haven't thought about this.
Like a certain place that holds money on campus?
Yeah, like let's say you were like, oh, I'm going to go steal the Nittany Lion statue. And how I'm going to do it is fake construction permits, get the construction people to come over, act like we're doing a renovation, but secretly lift the Nittany Lion up, take it overnight, ship it overseas, ship it back to the country so it can't be traced, and then sell it back to the university as the new Nittany Lion statue.
Okay.
That wouldn't work. That made no sense.
No,
that was
that
pretty
made sense.
incoherent.
I'd probably steal.
Like that.
I'd definitely steal UPMC.
Just the entire building, like,
No,
or just the company.
Yeah, the company. Like the front. It's mine.
You just show up. You're like, I'm the chairman of the board.
Yeah, that's me.
What are your identifications? Who the hell are you? And get the hell out of my office.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh, damn. I gotta stop calling you not Lady Load. My bad.
You're giving away my identity, and people are going to know that
That-
on this podcast.
Which you don't want that. You want to have a successful career. You probably don't want to associate. I understand.
No, I just don't. I don't want the fame. I want to lay low.
I get it.
I want to live a private life.
You're like Banksy. Like no one knows who you are.
Yes. Everyone on campus would be like, "Yo, are you Lady Load?"
Nah, man, that's somebody else.
No way, you're Lady Load. What would I steal? I would steal probably like a shuttle. I'd get on a little like neon vest. I'd wait at the stop and be like, "Hey, just got a call from the manager. They said you're off early."
Dude,
And like, okay, sweet. They get off. I zoom off in the shuttle. If there's people in there, too bad. I'm taking them too.
damn. This might be a
I got
humanitarian
dark
issue.
real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I just speed off and I don't know.
Never to be seen again.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd head, but
What if you like just like come back to the university, but it's like a gas scheme? So like there's a gas card on the thing. It's like you just go to a bunch of gas stations, fill them up in cups, and then resell the gas to like whoever.
that's smart.
And then you're basically like you make your first 100,000, then invest it back into the buses, own the buses, and then you're a millionaire in like at least 3 to 4 months.
There you go. But I got to be quick with that bank card because they could trace my transaction.
See, that's why, like, Lil Doop, no offense, but I would, like, being Lady Load would be plotting, and, like, you'd be the guy in the car because you got the skills behind the wheel. Like, we'd be like, we got to go now. Explosion, it'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, last question I have, unless Lil Doop, you got any more?
No, I'm all set.
Okay. Have you guys ever thought about writing a screenplay?
No,
Never.
Never in your life.
I'm not that good of a writer.
I'm not either, but you haven't like once been like, man, this would be a really cinematic moment. And I know Load has. Me and Load have talked about this.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've come up with stupid ass sitcoms together. What was the name of the sitcom you wanted to make?
Assholes.
It's like 6 guys and they're all depressed and they drink beer.
No, it was like the like 3 worst dudes ever, but they find friendship at this one bar and then they like learn to improve themselves. Showing that everyone has a chance to become a better person.
Did you have that written down or was that off the dome? Jesus.
That was off the dome. I'm feeling it today. I don't know if it's like the tailgate, like I have to be because I got to get a bunch of shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling it. Maybe it was the coffee. Who knows?
Love it.
So, one non-important item is I did think about writing a screenplay, and it's going to be about a high school drug dealer, and it's going to open up in an open field, and then you hear sirens in the back, and then you just see some kid running, and it was going to cut to the opening credits. That was as far as I got.
It's a good start.
And then like my intro song would have been like probably something Kanye based, but like probably like White Dress. Not as well known of a Kanye song.
Or like one of the LLSmoothBody intro songs.
Literally, actually, no, that's it.
My proctologist said I got feet like a head and head like a feet.
Yeah, we've cut that out, and like I understand why, because it's almost impossible to do it remotely. And I've had my interesting relationship with it, but I do miss it. I miss recording that. So
I miss watching the recording of that.
I just said some weird stuff,
He
like stuff.
spit like 9 takes and none of them worked, and the last one just kind of came out. It was the best, but anyway.
Lady Load, is there anything you want to plug? Like, do you have a new fitness drink out? Like, is there anything?
Yeah, I wanted to plug this new cereal. It's Frosty, Wendy's Frosty.
Are you getting some kickback off of it, or what's the money looking like?
Money's hot. There's never been.
Sorry, I'm hearing like two different voices.
What?
All right.
What?
Sorry. This is the first time it's like really delayed. So, Lady Load, thank you for joining us. I'm going to give my signature sign off, which
Okay.
we've had some trouble in the past here doing. Thank you guys for joining the LLSmoothBody podcast. Next week, I'm not sure what we're doing, but we're really glad that you guys came this week. Thanks to Lady Load. Thank you to Lil Doop. In the words of Lady Load, comparison is the thief of joy. That was the LLSmoothBody podcast. We will catch you next week.